Right now, nearly $1 million in real money is betting on whether Rafael López Aliaga can pull off what many consider impossible, winning Peru's presidency in 2026. For those new to this, Polymarket is like a stock market for future events where people trade real dollars on real outcomes. Today, we're diving into the Rafael López Aliaga presidential market, essentially asking, will this conservative businessman become Peru's next president? If you bet yes, you're saying he wins. If you bet no, you're saying anyone else takes the presidency. Think of it like betting on a horse race, except instead of horses, we're tracking political campaigns, and instead of a few minutes, this race runs until 2026. Let's break down what these numbers actually mean. The market is pricing López Aliaga at 20% to win. That's 1 in 5 odds. To put that in perspective, if you bet $100 on yes and he wins, you'd make $400 profit. But if you bet 100 on no and he loses, you'd only make $25 profit. That's how confident the market is that he won't win. Now here's what's interesting about the price action. 30 days ago, López Aliaga was sitting at just 17.5%. He's gained nearly 3 percentage points, climbing to 20.5% today. That might not sound like much, but in prediction market terms, that's a 17% increase in his chances. The movement has been steady, not dramatic, suggesting growing but cautious optimism rather than any major breaking news. The 993,000 in total volume tells us this isn't just casual betting. When you see nearly $1 million traded on a market that resolves in 2026, you're looking at serious money making serious bets. These aren't tourists throwing $20 around. These are traders who've done their homework. So what does the market know that casual observers might miss? 3 big things. First, López Aliaga represents the conservative establishment in a country that's been cycling through presidents like a revolving door. Peru has had massive political instability, 6 presidents in 6 years. That kind of chaos often pushes voters toward familiar, established candidates. Second, he's got serious money behind him. The guy's wealthy, well-connected, and has the infrastructure to run a real campaign. Third, he's already proven he can get votes. He came in third in the 2021 election, with over 11% of the vote in a crowded field. But here's what the market might be underestimating. López Aliaga is polarizing. His conservative positions on social issues could energize opponents just as much as supporters. Peru's electorate has been unpredictable lately. They've been throwing out incumbents and establishment figures left and right. The anti-establishment mood that's dominated recent elections doesn't necessarily favor a wealthy businessman with traditional conservative views. The key catalyst everyone's watching is how the current political landscape evolves. If Peru's economy struggles, or if corruption scandals continue plaguing the political class, voters might want an outsider. But López Aliaga isn't really an outsider. He's establishment conservative. The wild card is whether a true populist outsider emerges to capture that anti-establishment energy, which could squeeze López Aliaga's lane significantly. Here's our take. Our model puts López Aliaga's chances right around where the market does, about 20%. The market is pricing this at 80% no, and we agree. That gives us roughly a negative 5% edge, meaning we see a small opportunity on the no side. Here's why we think the market is actually slightly overestimating his chances. First, Peru's recent electoral history shows voters rejecting establishment candidates, and López Aliaga, despite his outsider rhetoric, represents traditional conservative politics. Second, his base is concentrated in Lima and urban areas, but winning requires building a broader coalition. Third, we're still over a year out, and in Peruvian politics, that's a lifetime. New candidates will emerge, scandals will break, and voter sentiment will shift. Our confidence level is 2 out of 5 stars. This is not a high conviction play. We're going no, but we're not betting the house on it. This is our first official prediction here at Polymarket Pulse, so subscribe to track our accuracy from day one. We're starting fresh, building our track record in real time, and you can hold us accountable for every call we make. Before we wrap up, everything you just watched is for information and entertainment only. This is not financial advice. Prediction markets involve real money and real risk. Only trade with what you can afford to lose. We analyze probabilities, not certainties. Even an 80% market loses 1 in 5.